Hello everyone, Samuel here for Sambot.trade. So are we going to have this short squeeze I'm expecting for quite some time now? The answer will be, I think, in the next upcoming hours, okay? So we're gonna view this and I'm gonna answer to two questions. So these are very frequent questions I have from the new bot users, which concerns, the first one is an error based on the quantity. So when you start the bot, it stops and it's talking about something about the quantity. So we're going to see this in details. And the second one is people are cloning bots from leverage tokens. So tokens that contain the word up or down, like BNB up or BNB down, or BTC up USDT or BTC down USDT. So when people start this bot, they have errors. So I'm going to explain what where these errors come from at the end of the video. So now let's start right now with our Bitcoin analysis. So to be honest, I thought that the move would be quicker, and Bitcoin kind of played with me, I think with many people too. So I did a bunch of manual trades. Most of them resulted either in small losses or break even. So yeah, it was not worth it. So basically I just stopped at the end of previous week and waited to see what happens. And this morning there's a good surprise. We see that it finally broke out from this triangle, okay, or wedge. And now what's next? So why am I talking about a short squeeze? Simply because when you check the chart on the BTC USD shorts, we have a huge spike, meaning that there's a lot of people on the short side. I also checked on the Binance futures rates, and you can see the long to short ratios. Okay, so they kind of shift from one to the other, but we could see that we had a lot of shorts these last days. So this is a sign that a lot of people are shorting, and if all these people are shorting, this means that most of them have a stop loss, and this stop loss should be situated over the resistance that the price would be very unlikely to break if you are shorting. So these resistance, there are two of them. The first one being at this level where the price is kind of breaking out right now, and it's about the 39.5k, we can say, okay, roughly. And there's a second one here that's about 40.5k. And so this region is very close to where we are actually. So now what would happen if we break this? So simply most of the traders on the short side, so shorting the market, would be stopped. And by being stopped, this would mean buying again their position. So this results in a buy on the buy pressure again, and it might start hitting all the stop loss one after the others, and this would result in a big spike path up, I think to about the 44-45k region. This is simply based on this level, which was previous support and now acts as a resistance. So this is my point of view. I think this is very likely to happen, I hope, and I would start being long, especially if we break the 40k mark. At this point, I think the chain reaction might start, and we might just go up very quickly. So this is one option. We can do it right away like this. We can also pull back to this line and bounce back. Okay, this is also a possibility. And the one I think, in my opinion, is more unlikely, so I'd say 40%, 30% chance, is that we stay at this level and we break down again, okay, or we go a little up and we go down. But in my opinion, it's less likely, but Bitcoin, as usual, does things that you don't expect, so you should keep this scenario in mind. But in my opinion, here we are starting to get a bit bullish, and this is very good. Just to do a follow-up of my position, so I had an insurance, I call it insurance, on the Bitcoin down leverage token. So I haven't been stopped yet. I took another position where I was stopped, and this is no more here now. But I'm still not stopped, and if the price breaks the 40k, I'll get stopped and I'll lose my bet, but it's not a problem. As I told in the 2 videos from now, I was ready to lose this amount, and it was made for as insurance only. So okay, regarding the other coins, so BNB and Ethereum, they look nice, okay, but if you watch the chart against BTC, they are quite low. This might be a good opportunity. I don't really have any opinion on this, and I'm not trading these 2 coins for now. And yeah, so that's all for our market analysis. Let's go back to the bot. Okay, so here I would like to talk about the 2 issues I have the most of question about. So let's start about the problem with the quantity. Okay, so I'm gonna remove this option, and I'm going to take as an example the XRP up. So this is a leverage token. And I'm going to start about the order size problem. So basically on Binance, you have a minimum quantity that you can buy. They call it a min notional, and basically you cannot buy smaller orders from that size. This size is about $10, okay, 10 USDT, but I would not recommend putting 10, simply because if there's a change in the price with the current, given the current exchange rate, you might have problems. Okay, you will have problems, I can say. At some point you will have it. So I would always suggest to put at least 20 to 25. Okay, like this you are twice over the limit. So what happens if I put the price under the limit? We're gonna see right now. So I'm gonna put 5 USD. I'm going to activate it. I'm going to wait a few minutes. I'm going to put the buy drop to 0 so that it buys right away. And we should have an error message. So while we are waiting for this error message, I would like to explain to you clearly what are the up and down coins. So these are leverage tokens that simply do from 1.75 up to 4 times what the underlying asset does. Okay, so if it's a up token, if a Ripple, so XRP goes up, the price goes up, this will tend to go up to 4 times quicker than the underlying asset. Okay, so here you see it started running, and we had the error right here. So basically this says that you need to increase your quantity, and you cannot buy less than 2.22 XRP up at the current price. Okay, but since here we're using USDT, this does not have any sense. Okay, so if I was buying XRP up, then my minimum quantity would need to be 2.22 at the current price. Okay, also doing these kind of exact numbers is very bad, because the price will slightly change and you will still be low underneath min notional. So I suggest that you use USDT, okay, or any other quote asset. So the quote asset is the asset you use to put the price. So here it's USDT. But for example, if I'm trading XRP BTC, the quote asset would be BTC, because the price is listed in Bitcoin. So yeah, let's go back to our example. I would suggest you use the quote asset USDT, and you put a number which is at least twice over the min notional, which is about 10, so at least $20. If you still have the problem, so maybe the min notional has changed, and you just need to increase its value. Okay, so I hope this helps. If from time to time this can happen when it sells, okay, because it partially sold. So let's say you have bought 100, okay, 100 units. So let's say 100 Ripple, and now you need to sell. You need to sell them, but there's an order of 98 which is filled, so you have only 2 XRP left. Then the bot will not be able to sell. In this case, you will have the error message, but the bot is supposed to automatically handle the situation and will simply consider it as residual value and will attach it to the next trade so that it can sell it in the next trade. Okay, so I hope this part is clear, but it's a bit less important that you understand since the bot handles this part for you. So that's about the min notional, and I hope you understood also about the up and down. So they are not real coins, so you can't for example withdraw them. You can only buy them on Binance, and so if the token is a up token, then it will go up to 4 times quicker than the underlying asset if it moves up. So let's say XRP does 10% increase, XRP up can do up to 40% increase. Okay, it will not in all cases do this 40% because the leverage Binance puts on the asset depends on the current market situation. So sometimes it can be 1.75, sometimes it can be 2, 2.5, 3, up to 4. Okay, so this is for the up. Now if we go to the down token, it will simply do the opposite of the market, and we can have an example here on the BTC down. So the Bitcoin went up and the BTC down went down. Okay, and every time, so let's say from the 9th of May to the 19th of May, okay, we did an increase of 350%. Okay, and if we go on the Bitcoin from the 9th of May, okay, to the 19th of May, we did a 49% drop. So you can see almost 50%, and the other side 350%. So in order to trade these kind of coins, you will need to connect to Binance, then open any market of leverage token, so any token up or down, and when you access it, you will have a pop-up where you will be requested to answer to a quiz. Once you answer this quiz, then you can trade it on the bot or either on Binance. But if you don't, when you will execute the bot, you will simply have an error telling you that you are not allowed to trade these kind of coins. So just to do a quick review on my current situation, I am really not exposed. Okay, I prefer playing it safe right now due to the losses I made during the 19th of May drop. So it's still small profits. I had a tiny loss over here, and I will continue assessing the market before taking any other action. So just before we finish this this video, I'd like to show you another way to use a bot, okay, which is for scalping, and I've been doing it for quite some time in the past. So the gains are very small, but it's a safer way of trading, okay, but you will do very small gains, but every time like this, and it's on the solo BTC, which is an asset I really like to trade on HitBTC, but it's for small accounts, okay, because it's very illiquid. And basically it's an asset where you have a very wide spread. Okay, the spread is I'm gonna change this. So I'm gonna go to solo BTC, and you can see we have 8% spread. So the difference between the buyer willing to buy at the highest price and the seller willing to sell at the lowest price is about 8%. Okay, so there's not a lot of transaction, but you might capture some during the day, and it can make some small trades, small profits, but this is a nice way to build your account. So you can see here it bought, it sold. Okay, so it's every time most of the time it sells on the wicks because it's so illiquid. So you can see in the past I had many trades, and it kind of worked every time. But yes, this is just an option. So it's a small scalping bot doing very small operations on a very illiquid market. So when the market is not very good, you can start looking for small, very illiquid coins. Okay, HIT BTC is very good for this, and you can trade the spread. I won't go more into details for now. I might in the future when I go back for this kind of trading. But keep in mind that you can do it, and you have any question, or if you want to know exactly how to build it, you can ask me in the comments. I will do a video regarding this. So yes, to conclude, let's wait and see. Bitcoin should go on the upside, I hope. And from there, if the bull market starts over, we can reactivate most of our previous bots and re-expose ourselves maximum to this market. So yes, I wish you a good week of trading, and see you next week. Bye.